The following is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Arizona.
It's a special matinee game here in Flagstaff, Arizona, in this Big Sky Conference women's basketball matchup as the Vikings of Portland State are in town to take on the Lumberjacks of Northern Arizona. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome inside the Walk-Up Skydome alongside my partner, Kara Hammer. I'm Jordan Bird. Well, for Sue Darling and this Lumberjack basketball team, Kara, the Lumberjacks still have an opportunity to get into the top 6 of the Big Sky Conference standings and qualify for the postseason tournament. However, they're starting to run out of time.
They are running out of the time, and they could really use a sweep over Portland State. The first time these two teams faced off, NAU got the victory but lost against Southern Utah, moving them to 3-9 in the conference and are second to last in the standings. Coach Sue Darling says they have the right pieces. It's just getting them to fit in the puzzle.
Yeah, you mentioned that Southern Utah game. This is actually the second game of this week already. Monday, they were up in Cedar City, Utah, taking on the Thunderbirds. And with more on that game, let's now bring in Heather Hodgson.
Thanks, Jordan. As you mentioned, it was another woe on the road for the Lumberjacks, unfortunately falling to the Thunderbirds Monday night. The Jacks were just no match for the Thunderbirds' 64.5% shooting from the field and their domination on the glass, which yielded them the victory of 93-59 over NAU. The Jacks will definitely need a battle to make a difference today against Portland State. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Heather. Now, for Sue Darling and this Lumberjack basketball team, they're facing a team tonight in Portland State who is very similar. They've had their highs, they've had their lows, but one thing that's been pretty constant is the play of their sophomore guard, Emily Eason.
Well, Eason sees more playing time than any player on her team. She's posted 4 20-point games in the last 9 games, and she leads the team with 12 points per game. But Jordan, her biggest threat comes from the charity stripe.
For Northern Arizona, Monday's loss to Southern Utah wasn't all bad. True freshman Brittany Lucane had another fantastic performance, going for 18 points in that game.
This freshman is an all-around player, good on offense and defense with 43 steals on the season. Lucane is pulling down an average of 6 boards per game. Only 5'8". She isn't afraid to battle with anybody down low.
Yeah, I've been one of the best players at times for the Lumberjacks this season. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip-off. It's the Vikings and the Lumberjacks, and it's coming up next.
At some point in our lives, we all are touched by cancer.
It was the scariest day of my life.
I had no clue what to do or where to turn.
Fortunately, I found my answer close to home. The team of cancer specialists at the Cancer Centers of Northern Arizona Healthcare.
With locations in Flagstaff and Sedona, world-class, compassionate cancer care is right in your backyard. We're in this together.
At Northern Arizona University.
It's possible to find your voice.
It's possible to explore.
It's possible to achieve.
It's possible to imagine.
It's possible to define our future.
It's possible to make a difference.
At Northern Arizona University, possibilities are a principle we believe in.
What's possible for you?
Northern Arizona University, the difference that matters. You're watching the Emmy Award-winning NAU TV. NAU Lumberjack Basketball, brought to you in part by Northern Arizona Healthcare, serving the community through Flagstaff Medical Center and the Verde Valley Medical Center. Twin Arrows, Navajo Casino Resort. Twin Arrows, Northern Arizona's premier casino resort. And Northern Arizona University's personalized learning program, Your Future, Made Here. And by the Big Sky Conference, the heart of the American West.
Back inside the walk-up Skydome, getting set for this Big Sky Conference women's matchup between the Portland State Vikings and the NAU Lumberjacks. Let's take a look at the starting five for Portland State. One player to keep an eye on, it is Allie Brock. She is averaging close to 12 points per game to go along with 5 rebounds. There is Sherry Morrell in her 7th year now at Portland State. Previous to Portland State, she spent 5 years as the head coach at Washington State. And there's the starting five for the NAU Lumberjacks. It will actually be Coggins, Lucane, Banks, Frost, and Caitlin Preston. Taylor Leyva will not get the nod so far here this evening. And there is Sue Darling in her 2nd season here in Flagstaff. And this really is a have-to-have type game, Kara Hammer. The Lumberjacks on the outside looking in, and it's a team that they have dominated in the past.
Well, last time these two teams faced off, Northern Arizona got the victory over Portland State, but looking at the Big Sky standings, NAU is second to last. Portland State is leading them by 1. So this is a point in the season for Portland State to win these next few games and put themselves in the top 6 to make the Big Sky Conference tournament.
Now, one thing that is becoming a unfortunate trend as of late for the Lumberjacks is the fact that they have gone down by, at times, 20-point deficits in the first half and then have to fight their way back in the second as Amanda Frost gets the 3-point shot for NAU.
We talked about how frustrating that is for Northern Arizona to have so many losses that came so close and to see the way that they battle back in the second half, but hopefully NAU can get an early lead here in this ballgame.
Powell in the lane, and it was knocked away by Amanda Frost. Lumberjacks with the 2-on-1 and a beautiful bounce pass from the senior to the true freshman, Brittany Lucane. Well, that's one area that the Lumberjacks love to make their points in, those fast break points. And it really is predicated off the fact that the Lumberjacks can come away with so many steals that get them into transition. Allie Brock just inside the 3-point line, can't get it to go. And there's Brittany Lucane. Not only is she one of the leading offensive players for this Lumberjack team, but she's also averaging 6.5 rebounds per game. That's good enough for 9th in the Big Sky Conference. Straightaway 3-pointer, Lucane, front of the iron, no good. And Brittany continues to look for her elusive first 3-point make of the season. She's now 0 of 12 on the year. Elena Perry motioning the Portland State offense. Bavard's 3, no good. And is tracked down by Amanda Frost, but it goes off of Frost. It will be Portland State ball. So far a good start here for the Lumberjacks. I know that's one thing that Sue Darling wants to see is consistency through the full 40 minutes, not taking halves off.
Well, that's exactly what she talked about after their loss against Southern Utah, was having the right pieces. It was just getting them to work in the puzzle. This team constantly does good when they score points in the paint, or maybe Amanda Frost is having a big game, but it's getting all of the pieces to come together.
Perry's inbound gets it to L'Arielle Powell, and Powell gets the first 2 points of the afternoon for Portland State. Well, Portland State is not a great offensive team. They have struggled from all aspects. As a team, they're shooting under 40% from the field, and they're averaging just 65 points per game. Renee Coggins' 3-shot. No good. Tipped away by Erica Banks, who saves it, but unfortunately passes it to L'Arielle Powell. Well, that's one thing that we have grown accustomed to seeing from Erica Banks, a motor that just doesn't quit. She is all hustle. 3-shot in the corner, misses everything. That was Emily Eason, and Amanda Frost looking to push it. Beautiful pass from Caitlin Preston to Renee Coggins. Can't get it to go, but the Lumberjacks tip it out to Amanda Frost. Goes out of bounds, and it will remain NAU's possession. So we're already seeing NAU play that up-tempo style that they like to have, but one thing that plagued them in their last home game against Sacramento State was missed layups, and another situation there where the Lumberjacks have to capitalize on those bunny looks.
NAU is very successful when they work in transition, so hopefully they can keep the tempo going and run Portland State out of the house, especially with the 7,000 feet elevation that they're seeing here in Flagstaff.
Perry forces the shot up, as there was 2 NAU Lumberjack defenders converging in on her, and a nice job by Delaney Perry, the 5'6" true freshman out of Beaverton, Oregon. Speaking of true freshmen, Renee Coggins out of Mesa's Mountain View High School gets the three-point shot. Coggins has the second most minutes played of anyone in the Big Sky Conference. Quite an achievement for a true freshman. Powell tries to get the high screen from Brock. Lumberjacks playing a man-to-man as it goes down to Brock on the block, and as she turns around on Preston, she is going to be fouled, and Allie Brock will be going to the free throw line for the Portland State Vikings. Well, Brock just utilizing the height advantage there. She has a couple inches on Caitlin Preston, and now the 6-foot senior Allie Brock goes to the free throw line and rattles home the first one. Brock had 16 points in the first meeting between these two teams back on January 18th. And as you see, averaging just under 12 points per game.
Well, one thing about Portland State is that they have struggled on the road. They're only 1-8 when they go and play teams.
Nice ball movement by the Jacks, and Amanda Frost connects on the three-point shot.
But road games in this conference, Jordan, seem to plague everybody.
Well, yeah, it's just, the mere fact that it's such a huge geographical conference, stretching all the way from Washington to North Dakota and all the way down to Arizona, the travel for a mid-major conference is brutal. Perry, spin move in the lane. Nice move by Delaney Perry. She now has 4 points on the afternoon. Well, this is also a bit of a rarity. We get the showdown, at least initially on, of two freshman point guards going head-to-head. Lumberjacks will have the ball after the break. 15:23 remaining. NAU with a 3-point lead. This is the Northern Arizona Healthcare Lumberjack Network.
Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be? I want to be a nurse, police officer, teacher, a magician. Ta-da!
We answer the question our whole life.
I'm going into hotel management.
Law enforcement.
A principal.
Through education, you can reach your goals.
I'm a parks director,
Nurse practitioner.
Detective.
I own my own business.
When you decide, you can create your future.
I'm ready for my next step.
The extended campuses of Northern Arizona University. Your future made here.
Ready to follow your dreams? Let Northern Arizona University chart your course with local classes at more than 30 campuses statewide.
My NAU is in the Valley.
My NAU is in Mojave County. Convenient, affordable, with accredited degree programs.
My NAU is in Tucson.
My NAU is on the reservation.
The extended campuses of Northern Arizona University, statewide, online, and in Flagstaff.
Back here in the Sky Dome, and quite a contingency of youngsters here in the Sky Dome, and they are enjoying themselves so far as the Lumberjacks have the 11 to 8 point lead. It is field trip day here for NAU women's basketball, and it includes about 600 students from Flagstaff Unified School District in attendance today. They were here a couple hours before tip-off, running through drills and having a good time. And I'll tell you what, Kara, I don't know what school I went to that you get to go to your field trip is you get to go to a college basketball game. That doesn't sound like a bad deal.
It sounds like a pretty awesome deal. My favorite part was earlier before the game started, they were teaching them how to do the wave.
Yes. Caitlin Preston gets 1 of 2 from the free throw line. She was fouled before that timeout. The foul was against Allie Brock. Just one team foul apiece for the Vikings and the Lumberjacks. Tipped away by Preston, and then Banks tips it to herself, and she has her own fast break going here, but she's going to have to slow it down as she controlled the ball. Out to Amanda Frost for 3. And Amanda Frost right now back to her old ways after only scoring 11 points at Southern Utah on Monday night. She now already has 9.
Well, she's just such a fast player. She gets the ball and she shoots. She doesn't hesitate. She doesn't double think.
L'Ariel Powell comes away with the steal. Nice ball fake. Can't get it to go, and Brittany Lucane comes in for the NAU rebound. Banks off to Amanda Frost. And this Lumberjack team putting on a show right now, and in fact, Sherry Morrell's going to call a timeout as all of a sudden the Lumberjack lead has ballooned to 9 points. And as we now bring in the third member of our broadcast team, Heather Hodgson, you take a look at this atmosphere in the Sky Dome today, I have to feel like this is kind of charging up this NAU basketball team a little bit.
I think you are absolutely correct, Jordan. And last weekend the girls participated in National Women's and Girls in Sports Day. They had all these kids come out, boys and girls, and all the basketball players got to work with them. And Amanda Frost made a special comment about how much she enjoyed that and how much she loved working with the children. So I think she especially is feeding off this energy today.
Lumberjacks leading 17-8, thanks in part to that woman shooting right there. Amanda Frost now with 9 points on 3 of 4 shooting from behind the arc. Well, she's just been pretty consistent that way all season, averaging 22 points per game. She's the leading scorer in the Big Sky Conference and has yet to have a game this season where she has not scored in double digits. The senior going out in grand fashion. 5 on the shot clock. 3 shot from Kate Lands, who has checked in. She can't get it to go. And immediately Amanda Frost with a full head of steam looking to push. Down low to Lucane in the land of giants. She is fouled. So Brittany Lucane will go to the free throw line, and that's going to go against Allie Brock for Portland State. And Allie Brock now here with still just 13:55 remaining has now picked up her second personal foul.
Well, talking about Amanda Frost and being the lone senior on the team, Jordan, we talked about the Big Sky standings and what these girls need to do to put themselves in the top 6. Well, Amanda Frost is one of the girls on the team that gets it. Being the senior, she is going to fight and battle every game to put themselves into that position.
Yeah, has not played in the Big Sky Conference tournament her entire career here at Northern Arizona. And there'd be no finer way to finish up her career than to go out with a Big Sky Conference berth. During that timeout, Keaton McFadden and also Lauren Holt checked in for Portland State. NAU lead up to 11 now. McFadden with it up top. Tight man-to-man defense being played by the Lumberjacks.
It's not often that we see NAU play man-to-man. Normally they come down and play in the 2-3 zone.
Perry down on the block, and it's stolen away by Lucane. Beautiful bounce pass to Amanda Frost. And right now the Lumberjacks are just pumping on all gears. Well, the last time these two teams met up in Portland, back on January 18th, the Lumberjacks came away with an 88-67 lead, a 20-point win. And right now, the Lumberjacks showing how they did that up in Portland State. They're just flipping the script and doing it here in Flagstaff this afternoon. The jump ball on that play right there as Lauren Holt and Brittany Lucane got tied up. Possession arrow was in favor of Portland State, but on the inbound, NAU comes away with another steal. In the corner, Preston, 3. And Caitlin Preston gives a fist pump. She's pumped up as this whole Lumberjack team is feeling it right now.
Well, Caitlin Preston was only 2 for 16 from beyond the arc before that made basket. Normally we see her playing down low in the post, so great to watch her get out and make that basket.
Perry from about 15 gets it to go. And Delaney Perry right now has been the most consistent offense for Portland State this afternoon. She now has 6 points. Lucane with it, comes up top now to Caitlin Preston. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Banks in the lane, running left-hander, uses the glass. And a beautiful play there by Erica Banks, who in that loss to Sacramento State came away with a career-high 30 points. She also had 11 rebounds, making it her 5th double-double game of the season. We're going to take a timeout. Lumberjacks cruising right now, up by 16. You're watching the Northern Arizona Healthcare Lumberjack Network.
Twin Arrows Navajo Casino Resort, voted Arizona's best casino resort destination 2013. Experience over $500,000 in jackpots every month. Sports bar excitement to steakhouse elegance. Luxurious rooms. Anything but ordinary. Your excitement begins right now. Twin Arrows, 15 minutes east of Flagstaff on I-40. Always a winning experience.
The Seasoned Kitchen in downtown Flagstaff offers the best products for your kitchen, offering the highest quality German, French, and Japanese knives. Enjoy the benefits of cooking with stainless steel and copper with Moviel cookware. And the region's best chocolate bar selection with Theo, Taza, and Vosges. On South San Francisco Street in downtown Flagstaff and online at seasonedkitchenaz.com.
Back here in the Skydome, Jordan Bird, Kara Hammer, Heather Hodgson, and Kara, I'm a little worried about these youngsters. I'm afraid they're going to pucker themselves out before the second half even comes around.
Well, let's hope not. They ate lunch right before the game started, so I'm sure they have a boost of energy right now.
I love it. They've been chanting, they've been jumping, they've been dancing. They're having a great time this afternoon here at the Walk-Up Skydome. On field trip day, close to 600 local school children here in attendance from the Flagstaff Unified School District and also from Moenkopa Day School up on the Navajo Reservation. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Keaton McFadden has to rush a shot, and in the process, she is fouled by Caitlin Preston. So McFadden will go to the free throw line. Hey fans, want to remind you, enjoy all that Twin Arrows Navajo Casino Resort has to offer, featuring 6 restaurants, luxurious hotel accommodations, and it's just 15 minutes east of Flagstaff. See you at Twin Arrows. McFadden connects on the first as Raven Anderson is going to check in for the first time this afternoon for Northern Arizona.
Well, McFadden, a 74% free throw shooter. A whole lot of these girls are great from the charity stripe. This is not a team that you want to foul.
McFadden connects on them both, and we had a couple of players spill to the deck there. Renee Coggins got tied up with Kate Lands. No harm, no foul, though. And after the free throws, it's now back to a 14-point lead for the Lumberjacks. Anderson, nice recovery defense there by McFadden as she was able to come back after Anderson had beaten her to the spot. Gets the block, so it will remain NAU's possession with 19 on the shot clock. Inbound right to Raven Anderson, and if you're Portland State, that's inexcusable. An inbound pass right underneath the basket that's wide open.
Raven made that play look very easy.
Raven had a little bit of a tough night Monday night, 16 minutes and just 2 points. So good to see her get on the score sheet here early in her action. Under 11 to go. Powell gives it to Mejia. Kate Lands, 3 shots blocked, and Raven Anderson collects it for the Lumberjacks. Well, so far, Kara, at least the home games that we have seen this season, this has been one of the best initial efforts that we've seen from the Lumberjacks all year, as Renee Coggins puts an exclamation on that point with another 3-point shot.
Yeah, we've seen them battle back in numerous games against North Dakota, Northern Colorado, even the Southern Utah 22-point deficit, and came back. But we always talk about the way that they play in the second half in those games is how they need to start the first half. And this is one of the first games that we have covered here in Flagstaff that they have came out and played that way.
Keaton McFadden was called for the travel for Portland State, so another turnover for the Vikings. And Priscilla Brooks checks in, the 5'10" true freshman out of Riverside, California. Amanda Frost, baseline, uses the head fake, can't get it to go, and was trying to tip it, I believe, to Priscilla Brooks. Couldn't get it to go, though, and Portland State comes back in a hurry. L'Arielle Powell gets the friendly roll and the friendly bounce here on these Skydome rims. And Portland State now back down to 15. Beautiful pass down low to Brittany Lucane. Priscilla Brooks, the one who facilitated that. And a lot of times this season, we've seen Priscilla Brooks getting it done on the defensive end with her blocking and just stellar defensive play, but showing a little bit of the passing skills there as well. Kate lands, can't get it to go, and another rebound from Brooks. And immediately, on any miss, the Lumberjacks are looking down court, looking to try to get in transition and get those easy buckets. We're going to have a hand check foul going against Powell for Portland State as Amanda Frost tried to make a move. That's going to be just the third team foul against Portland State as a couple of new Vikings come in. And one thing that we're going to have to keep an eye on, and Heather Hodgson, maybe you can take a look at this as well, but looking over at the NAU bench right now, Erica Banks being tended to by the NAU medical staff.
Yeah, you know, I'm not exactly sure what happened there, Jordan. I didn't even know she was over there until you made that mention, but hopefully we'll see her right back on the court soon.
Double dribble call against Northern Arizona. Looks like they're taking a look at the right leg of Erica Banks, the junior, so hopefully we'll keep an eye on that and see if everything's okay. Perry, three-shot, rattles out, tipped around, and Brooks comes up with it for Northern Arizona. Hussein pushing it, gets it to Amanda Frost, and I'm not sure how she even found Frost. It looked like there was two defenders right in her way.
I'm really surprised she even made that pass. I thought Lucene would just take it all by herself. She's a girl that is not afraid to battle, but great look seeing Frost down there, and Amanda getting the bucket.
Ravard's three, no good. And right now, this is just the perfect combination of bad for Portland State. They're not shooting well. We kind of expected that. They're not a very strong offensive team. But NAU is shooting lights out right now, and they're really digging themselves a big hole here in the first half. Hussein gets the screen from Brooks. A lot of contact, but the refs are going to say it was ball. Vikings have numbers, and it's going to be kicked away by Amanda Frost. Let's go back down to Heather Hodgson, or actually we're going to check in with Heather after the timeout. 7:57 remaining. Lumberjacks up by 21. You're watching the Northern Arizona Healthcare Lumberjack Network.
Meet two of your neighbors. They shared a dream.
My dream was to become a mother. I want a family. My ability to have a child was severely impaired by my morbid obesity.
Lindsay enrolled in a comprehensive weight loss surgery program.
I got to my goal weight. My husband and I got the big news that we were going to have a baby. I am just ecstatic. Life couldn't get any better. I owe it all to this surgery.
Give us an hour and we'll show you how to change your life.
Coconino Community College to Northern Arizona University. Keep learning without leaving your community.
Living in the country is a lifestyle choice. My bachelor's degree allows me to afford this dream by writing grants from home.
With a bachelor's degree, I'm able to work in a field that puts me and my kids on the same schedule.
Getting my bachelor's degree allows me to use my experience, add new skills, and adapt to a changing world.
Coconino Community College to Northern Arizona University. Visit ccc2nau.com.
Back here in the Sky Dome, 7:57 remaining in the first half. The Lumberjacks leading Portland State 35-14. And let's go back down on the side to Heather Hodgson, who has an update regarding NAU's Erica Banks.
That's right, Jordan. I came over here. She was kind of walking around, taking a little tentative few steps on her ankle. Apparently she rolled it a little bit on one of those last exchanges. So they're taking a walk right now, testing it out, and hopefully she'll be right back on the court soon.
All right, thanks a lot, Heather. And Kara, that was something that you were kind of mentioning during the timeout, that you didn't really notice Erica go out with 1 second on the shot clock. Portland State's going to have a shot clock violation as Emily Easom had to just chuck that up and try to get something on shot. But you brought up the point that it looked like she may have possibly fell on another player's foot or something like that, and as Heather said, maybe rolled the ankle.
Well, I'm no lip reader, but I could tell by her hand movements that she was kind of explaining maybe she just caught somebody's shoe or something happened.
Frost can't get the layup to go. Powell comes up with the rebound. Pushing it. Uses the ball fake. Can't get that. But Perry grabs the offensive rebound for Portland State, and the Vikings will reset. Ivana Lee now in the game for the Lumberjacks. As this is a 5 on the floor for Sue Darling that we haven't really seen a whole lot this season. You got Amanda Frost out there with Raven Anderson, and then Ivana Lee, Priscilla Brooks, and Taylor Leyva.
It's not often that we ever see Renee Coggins take a break.
No, in fact, we're going to get to see Erica Banks come back in as she looks to be okay. So that's a great sign, seeing Erica back in. Yeah, that's a valid point there, Kara. Renee Coggins is second in the Big Sky Conference in minutes played per game. And many times this season, she has played 40 minutes plus for the NAU Lumberjacks. And speak of the devil, she's checking in right now for Sue Darling's Lumberjacks. As is that woman right there, Allie Brock for Portland State. Brock playing with 2 fouls. She picked them up relatively quickly here in this first. And another late substitution for NAU as Lucene is going to spell Ivana Lee. Under 7 to go here in the first half. Lumberjacks leading 35-14. Perry from 16. Can't get that to go, and Erica Banks not showing any signs of being held up by that injury. She comes right in and grabs the rebound for NAU. Backdoor pass. It's Banks, but she's too far under, and Delaney Perry comes away with the steal for Portland State. Powell saves it for the Vikings. It seems almost like Portland State is trying to play NAU's game offensively. Up-tempo, trying to get those easy buckets, but they're a little bit more out of control than Northern Arizona.
Well, NAU was really pushing the tempo of the game. I think that's why we saw Coggins and Lucene on the bench. I was a little bit surprised when I saw the height of the girls that Sue Darling had put into this game, but now I see why, just giving them a bit of a breather, and we're going to keep this tempo going. NAU has 10 points off of Portland State's turnovers.
5 on the shot clock. Frost with another 3 shot, and Amanda Frost now 80% from behind the arc. She's 4 of 5 and has 18 first half points. Amanda Frost right now is outscoring Portland State herself, 18-14. Anderson tried to come away with a steal there, but they're gonna whistle her for the foul as she tried to come in on Allie Brock. So Raven Anderson will pick up her first personal foul. It's going to be the 16th foul against Northern Arizona, and Caitlin Preston now checks in for Northern Arizona's Raven Anderson. Well, Caitlin Preston picked up the start Monday night at Southern Utah, and before that she really hadn't seen a whole lot of minutes, but with that start she had 32 minutes in action that game Monday night, and really starting to take a little bit more of a playing time role for Sue Darling's Lumberjacks. Tough break there. Emily Easom can't get the layup, and back the other way. The pass intended for Amanda Frost. We're going to have a foul going against Delaney Perry for Portland State as she was defending Frost, and that's basically the only way you can stop Amanda Frost. If she has a foot out, if she's out in front on the break, is you basically got to foul her. So quick and so talented, with plenty of three-point range. Can't get that one to go, and we're going to have a loose ball foul going against NAU's Erica Banks with 4:59 here in the first half, and that's going to be the 7th team foul against the Lumberjacks. So the Portland State Vikings will now be in a 1-and-1 situation for the remainder of the first half. Allie Brock already 2 of 2 from the free throw line this afternoon. Just a 61% free throw shooter on the season, but she connects on the front end and earns the second. Taking a look at the replay on the foul of Erica Banks. Tough call there. Didn't look like too crazy of a foul or too much of overback, but nonetheless, Erica Banks picked up her first personal. And now Caitlin Preston is going to pick up a foul for an illegal screen.
Well, we were in a stretch of games here at NAU where these girls played in foul trouble back to back to back. It was consistently Sue Darling kept having to look down her bench, pulling girls in and out. But Jordan, don't you think after their game against Southern Utah was one of the worst losses that they faced this season, that these girls have really turned things around since that game?
Well, yeah, I mean, this has been a fantastic start. And also, from what I've been told, they bussed back from Cedar City Monday night, which is not an easy bus trip. And then they had one of the best practices, hard-nosed, in-your-face type practices on that Tuesday of this week. So that really could have been a bit of a wake-up call, a bit of a game changer, that this Lumberjack team realizes they're a good team. They need to start capitalizing on the opportunities that have presented themselves. 4:10 to go. Frost will pass it out to Brittany Lusain. 10 on the shot clock. Lusain still looking for her first three-point make of the season. But the Lumberjacks still hold on to the 20-point lead. Down low. Rivard's close bunny can't go. And Brittany Lusain will slow it down a little bit and run some offense for the Lumberjacks. Banks driving left side. A beautiful step under move by Erica Banks, and it doesn't look like she's affected by any sort of injury right now.
No, and that was a great cut by Brittany Lusain to get out of the lane and open it up for Erica Banks.
Lumberjack lead, largest of the game, 22 points. Perry trying to get down to Allie Brock, and instead she'll go cross court and throw it away. So another turnover for the Vikings. Lumberjacks lead by 22 here in Flagstaff. You're watching the Northern Arizona Healthcare Lumberjack Network.
This isn't just any place. It's where our dreams live, where our hearts shine. It's our home. It's no surprise then that the Heart and Vascular Center of Northern Arizona created an exceptional program providing you the best heart care in the region. An award-winning team of physicians and nurses brings world-class heart and vascular care right to your backyard. Treating you as our family is at the heart of everything we do.
Keep up with NAU TV on Twitter at NAU TV. Search NAU TV to find us on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube. Just look under NAU Network. And see everything we do at nau-tv.com.
Well, the only senior on this Lumberjack team, Amanda Frost, has been doing today what she's been doing for practically the whole season, and that is leading this Northern Arizona offense. She now has 18 first-half points, and especially Kara Hammer from the three-point line. Look at that right there, 4 of 6 from behind the arc.
Well, Amanda is a player that we always talk about this. She doesn't always stand out. She quietly comes in and snakes those three-pointers, but she has been the standout in this first half.
Brittany Lusain gets past her defender, can't get the shot to go, but she will be going to the free throw line after she was fouled on the play. It's time now to go inside the numbers, brought to you by Hinton Burdick, where CPAs Mark Frost and Kevin Stevens provide the best in tax and accounting services. Well, inside the numbers, it's shooting percentage. The Lumberjacks as a team shooting 60% from the field, including 58 from the three-point line, while Portland State is shooting just 31%. We knew the Vikings were not a great offensive team, but the Northern Arizona defense has even hampered that even more so. That's Inside the Numbers, brought to you by Hinton Burdick. Couple of missed free throws there by Brittany Lusain. And that's one thing now that this Lumberjack team is going to have to keep in mind. This is a team that normally this season, Kara, has not been holding on to 20 or 22-point first-half leads. This is a little bit out of character for them, so I'm sure Sue Darling wants her team to still remain focused and concentrate on the task at hand.
And it's not often that NAU is actually leading at the half. When they do, they are 3-3. When they trail at the half, Jordan, they are 2-10.
So that just shows you how many times they've actually had that halftime lead. Keaton McFadden along with Kate Lands check in for the Portland State Vikings as Laurielle Powell made her first free throw. The last time these two teams met, back on January 18th, Powell tied her career high for points. She poured in 16 that evening. Gets one of two. The Lumberjack lead back down to 21. 2:30 to go here in the first half. What has been a very well-played first half for the Lumberjacks. Raven Anderson on the block. 5 seconds on the shot clock for Brittany Lusain, who gives it to Raven Anderson on a beautiful pass.
That was just great basketball. It's great to see how they're working together. Brittany Lusain is not afraid to pass the ball off, and that was perfectly executed to Raven Anderson.
2 minutes to go as Emily Eason comes up top for Laurielle Powell. Kate Lands, one of the leading scorers for this Portland State team, has been a non-factor. 0 points on just 0 of 3 shooting. As Lands gets the ball in the lane, she goes up for the shot. Can't get it to go, but she's fouled and will go to the free throw line.
Well, Lands had a triple-double against Eastern Washington to close out 2013. That game was played on December 29th. So we know that these girls can have great ball games, but NAU is just doing a really good job of putting a stop to them today.
Yeah, Lands 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists in that Eastern Washington game that you mentioned. She misses the front end, and actually Lands is the best free throw shooter on this Portland State team at over 80%, and she misses them both. So nothing going right now for Portland State. In fact, Sherry Morrell's probably asking herself if her team's even going to clear 20 points by the halftime break. Frost gets the screen from Anderson. She'll pop back for three. Can't get it to go, and Kate Lands comes flying in for the defensive rebound for the Vikings. Powell's pass intended for Keaton McFadden, but Erica Banks does a nice job stepping in and coming away with another steal. That is now 7 steals for the Lumberjacks here in this first half. Amanda Frost from 16 feet off the back of the rim. Powell collects the rebound as we now are under a minute to go. The Lumberjacks leading by 23. You know, Kara, I thought the Lumberjacks had a great shot at winning this game today, but I am shocked at the way that this first half has transpired and the way the Lumberjacks have come out and just taken it to Portland State.
Well, I think we both can agree this is one of the best that we have seen this NAU team play. They have it going on all cylinders, but Jordan, it's Big Sky Conference, and on any game, it can be any team. Remember, Portland State took down Sacramento State, which is crazy with how many teams have lost to the Hornets.
Yeah, absolutely. Raven Anderson gets the offensive glass and the putback, and NAU stretches it to their largest lead now of this game, 25 points. 8 seconds for Powell to work. Shot clock turned off. She's going to spot up from 3. Rattles out. Coggins grabs the rebound, and that's going to take us to the halftime break. The Lumberjacks with a 44-19 halftime lead. They jumped out on the Portland State Vikings from the tip-off, and they really haven't looked back. All right, let's now go down on the side to Heather Hodgson, who is standing by with the head coach, Sue Darling. Heather?
Thanks, Jordan. Sue, possibly the most exciting first half we've seen this season. To what do you attribute the quick turnaround from Monday's loss at Southern Utah?
You know, we can talk offense, we can talk defense, but if we don't do either with effort and energy and 100% of the time, then nothing really matters. And so we've had great effort, great energy. We got a great 6-man in the crowd today, as you can see. And so we got to keep it up. We got to keep it up. I'm really proud of their effort in the first half, but we got to keep that up in the second half. It's a 40-minute game.
All right, well, we'll look forward to that repeat in the second half. Thanks, Sue.
Thanks, Heather.
Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Heather, and our thanks to Sue Darling. Has to be pleased. A 25-point halftime lead. Lumberjacks leading 44-19. This is the Northern Arizona Healthcare Lumberjack Network.
Congratulations to Northern Arizona University for winning the 2012-13 Big Sky Conference President's Cup, presented by Red Lion Hotels. The President's Cup was created as a single award that accounts for the academic achievement of student athletes, as well as performance on the field of play. Schools are awarded points based on 5 criteria: team GPAs, APR scores, and all sports trophy points. We look forward to crowning another winner of the Big Sky President's Cup.
NAU.
Be True Blue NAU!
NAU!
Be True Blue NAU.
Now that's True Blue NAU.
Be True Blue NAU. Be True. Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be? I want to be a nurse, police officer, teacher, a magician. Ta-da!
We answer the question our whole life.
I'm going into hotel management.
Law enforcement.
A principal.
Through education, you can reach your goals.
I'm a parks director,
Nurse practitioner.
Detective.
I own my own business.
When you decide, you can create your future.
I'm ready for my next step.
The extended campuses of Northern Arizona University. Your future made here.
From the valleys of the Grand Canyon to our majestic mountains, this isn't just any place, it's our home. And for more than 75 years, families throughout Northern Arizona have come to trust the commitment of their neighbors to deliver world-class health care. A purpose that helps ensure you'll be here for your family. For heart, cancer, the unexpected, and so much more. Our purpose? You.
All right, welcome back. The score is Portland State 19, Northern Arizona 44. Hello and welcome. We're joined now by Andy Johns, head swimming and diving coach and diver. Now, Andy Johns, let me ask you this first. This last weekend was senior day. You've got your meet against Grand Canyon State. You guys pulled out an excellent win. How was it to send the seniors off with a win for that last meet?
It's really important to send them off. They've been so much to the program over the years, so to get a home win in their final meet means a lot to me. I think it means a lot to them as well. We're really happy we could do that.
Now, Jane Wakefield, you are a senior diver, so this was your last home meet. How did it feel to have a win coming out of that? What were your emotions during the meet?
It was really exciting to end with a win. It just kind of got everybody, and myself especially, more excited for conference to end with that way.
And speaking of conference, now diving has been very successful this year. What do you expect out of yourself and your co-divers on the team?
I expect a lot of greatness out of us. I think that everybody has the ability to qualify on at least 2, if not all 3 of the events on all boards. So it'll be an exciting time, and I think we'll come out champions.
Speaking of that, now Andy, WAC champions coming up. What is your outlook for the team? You've had 2 consecutive runner-up. What do you think for this year? Finally got the WAC championship in the belt?
Well, we're in great shape. We feel like we have a team that can win a championship. It's going to be a battle all the way through. We're excited. We're in a great shape, and we want to bring a trophy home.
Now, we talked a little bit about senior day. You had 9 seniors on the team this year. That's a pretty big send-off. Talk a little bit about those seniors, including Jane here, and what they've meant to the program the last 4 years.
Well, they've rewritten the record books in the pool, on the boards. They're all outstanding students. They're doing great things on campus and in the community. We're going to miss them. They've raised the level of our program in every way possible and set some new standards for us.
Great. Well, Andy Johns, Jane Wakefield, we look forward to hearing about your success at the WAC. Thank you and congratulations. And now we're going to take a look at that upcoming schedule for swimming and diving. We've got the WAC Championships, and those are in San Antonio, Texas, February 26th through the 28th. And then we're going off to March 13th, NCAA Zone Diving Regional. We'll be right back. The score here is Portland State 19, NAU 44.
Let's personalize learning. Make a program that listens.
To my needs.
It works at my pace. It's fun, affordable, efficient.
That fits the way I learn.
That works with my interests.
And my life.
Let's have experience be respected.
I'm ready to lead. Let's create an accredited online degree.
Made for me.
My goals that lead to the future I wish for.
That's personalized learning from Northern Arizona University. Your future made here.
Twin Arrows Navajo Casino Resort, voted Arizona's best casino resort destination 2013. Experience over $500,000 in jackpots every month. Sports bar excitement to steakhouse elegance. Luxurious rooms. Anything but ordinary. Your excitement begins right now. Twin Arrows, 15 minutes east of Flagstaff on I-40. Always a winning experience.
For 50 years, the Big Sky Conference has been showing the world who we are and how we play. 50 years of authenticity, hard work, community, and 50 years of playing to win.
At the tape, the FCS National.
But remembering that our mission is bigger than winning. We're the Big Sky, the heart of Division I, the heart of the American West.
Welcome back. It's halftime here in Flagstaff, Arizona. The score is Portland State 19, NAU 44. Well, it's a big week for women's basketball. Right now we're going to take a look forward at Saturday's game right here in the Dome. It's going to be February 15th versus Eastern Washington, 6:30 p.m. Also, National Girls and Women's Sports Day continues next weekend at the women's basketball game. They will have a field trip day today, February 13th. Saturday, February 15th, they're going to have a meet and greet before the game. And then halftime recognition for those young ladies that come out to that game, and a post-game autograph session with the athletes. Jordan and Kara are going to have some halftime stats and highlights right after this.
From the valleys of the Grand Canyon to our majestic mountains, this isn't just any place, it's our home. And for more than 75 years, families throughout northern Arizona have come to trust the commitment of their neighbors to deliver world-class health care. A purpose that helps ensure you'll be here for your family. For heart, cancer, the unexpected, and so much more. Our purpose? You.
Arizona University?
Lots of reasons. I have to choose just one?
I chose NAU because of the small class size. My professors know me.
Just one thing?
I know what my tuition will be for the next 4 years.
I came to NAU for the culture. There's so much to do.
I chose NAU because it's close to home, but not too close.
I can't choose. It has everything.
Northern Arizona University. Find your way.
Go Jacks!
Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be? I want to be a nurse, police officer, teacher, a magician. Ta-da!
We answer the question our whole life.
I'm going into hotel management.
Law enforcement.
A principal.
Through education, you can reach your goals.
I'm a parks director,
Nurse practitioner.
Detective.
I own my own business.
When you decide, you can create your future.
I'm ready for my next step.
The extended campuses of Northern Arizona University. Your future made here.
We're at halftime here in the walk-up Skydome, and the Lumberjacks with a 44-19 lead over Portland State. And the youngsters here in the crowd on field trip day are having themselves a fantastic time. And Jordan Bird back here with Kara Hammer. The Lumberjacks in the first half, Kara, did everything right. They did it inside, they did it outside, 20 points in the paint. They also were shooting over 50% from behind the arc. It really was a total effort in that first 20 minutes.
It was an effort, and they even had help from the sixth man. But looking at the assists, NAU has 14 assists, 5 of them coming from Brittany Lucane. But you talked about points in the paint. How about Amanda Frost from beyond the arc going 4 for 7?
Yeah, absolutely. She's just doing what she always does, just putting up 18 points in the first 20 minutes. Let's take a look at the first half stats. And Kara, when we take a look at these, it's pretty jarring because the Lumberjacks are winning every statistical category here.
NAU is out-rebounding them 19-13, but Portland State struggling from beyond the arc, going 0 for 7, while NAU is going 7 for 13. Their defense is really clicking in this ball game.
Now, I think a big key here in this second half, and you heard Sue Darling talk about it as she went into the halftime locker room, is that they need 100% effort on offense and defense all the time.
That's exactly right. We've seen them battle back from being down low, so they need to keep their defense up and maintain this lead through the end of the ball game.
Second half coming up. Lumberjacks rolling right now in Flagstaff. You're watching the Northern Arizona Healthcare Lumberjack Network.
This isn't just any place. It's where our dreams live, where our hearts shine. It's our home. It's no surprise then that the Heart and Vascular Center of Northern Arizona created an exceptional program, providing you the best heart care in the region. An award-winning team of physicians and nurses brings world-class heart and vascular care right to your backyard. Treating you as our family is at the heart of everything we do.
Let's personalize learning.
Make a program that listens.
To my needs.
It works at my pace.
It's fun,
Affordable.
Efficient.
That fits the way I learn.
that works with my interests.
And my life.
Let's have experience be respected.
I'm ready to lead. Let's create an accredited online degree.
Made for me.
My goals that lead to the future I wish for.
That's personalized learning from Northern Arizona University. Your future made here.
Congratulations to Northern Arizona University for winning the 2012-13 Big Sky Conference President's Cup, presented by Red Lion Hotels. The President's Cup was created as a single award that accounts for the academic achievement of student athletes, as well as performance on the field of play. Schools are awarded points based on 5 criteria: team GPAs, APR scores, and all sports trophy points. We look forward to crowning another winner of the Big Sky President's Cup.
NAU Lumberjack basketball brought to you in part by Northern Arizona Healthcare, serving the community through Flagstaff Medical Center and the Verde Valley Medical Center. Twin Arrows Navajo Casino Resort. Twin Arrows, Northern Arizona's premier casino resort. and Northern Arizona University's personalized learning program, Your Future, made here. And by the Big Sky Conference, the heart of the American West.
Welcome back inside the walk-up Skydome. Jordan Bird, Kara Hammer, and Heather Hodgson getting this second half underway. And Kara, those 19 first half points that the Lumberjacks allowed, those are the fewest points NAU has allowed in a half this season, which is pretty impressive considering that the previous mark was 26 back on December 5th on the road at UC Santa Barbara. So they're doing it offensively and they're doing it defensively, and I know defensively is one of the big sticking points that Sue Darling wanted to see here today.
Well, in the first half, we saw NAU play man-to-man almost the entire 20 minutes, and it really seemed to be effective for them.
Emily Esom with it up top. All of the major scorers for Portland State have been relatively quiet. There's Allie Brock getting just her 8th point of the evening. But other than that, it really has been Delaney Perry, the true freshman point guard, with just 6 first-half points. That was kind of the offensive stalwart, so to say, in that first half. Here's Lucane driving right side. Can't get it to go off the rim. Brock grabs a rebound, but it's immediately stolen by NAU's Amanda Frost. Right to the bucket, high off the glass, but there's Brittany Lucane. She can't get it to go either. Well, a couple of tough breaks there. Powell to the bucket, can't get it to go, but she is fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. L'Arielle Powell.
Well, during the halftime, we saw the students that are here in the crowd literally jump up and down the entire halftime.
Yeah.
So we have a bet if you think that they will keep the momentum going through the entire game.
I don't know. I'm a little worried about them. Maybe we need to get some, what are those sugar sticks or pixie sticks up and disperse them out into the crowd, keep that energy level up here in the second half.
Well, let's ask the expert, Heather Hodgson, who does have children of her own. Heather, are they going to keep it going?
I think so. Once you get worked up, sometimes it's hard to come back down. Although the pixie sticks aren't a bad idea. I wouldn't mind that myself. When I was this age, doing this kind of a field trip would have been just so amazing to me. One of the worst field trips I ever had was to the sewage plant with a sack lunch. So this, by comparison, I would not have slept through this at all.
Erica Banks on the feed from Raven Anderson gets the bucket and the foul. Wow, Heather, I don't even know what to say to that, going to the sewage plant.
I didn't either. I don't think I ate my lunch, let's just put it that way.
I don't blame you. Banks now with 6 points and 5 rebounds. She can make it 7 here, and she does. Went out a little bit in that first half, Kara, which looked like a rolled ankle or maybe a stepped-on ankle, but since she's came back into action from that little bit of a spell, really no noticeable difference whatsoever. Esom in the lane, can't get it to go. It's tipped out, and Perry will track it down for the Vikings. Shot clock resets.
You have to look at how well NAU is rebounding. Even if they're not pulling down the board, they're still getting a hand on it. They're still tipping the ball out. This time Portland State won that ball that Amanda Frost tipped, but it's making them set up their offense again. So NAU just playing exceptional on the defensive side.
And Erica Banks gets another tip out there as she was defending the block. Keaton McFadden's going to come in now for the Vikings. 16 seconds remain on the shot clock for PSU. Taylor Leyva getting the second half start for the Lumberjacks. Great shot, rattles out, no good, and Anderson grabs the rebound. And that play right there kind of sums up the way that the shooting has gone for Portland State. I mean, so close, but still can't get it to fall. Banks, strong, powerful move, goes up past 2 Portland State defenders and gets the bucket. Another turnover for Portland State as they were trying to push it up, but a little too far. Sherry Morrell, her team right now in some trouble, as this Lumberjack team has just jumped on the gas pedal and is not taking their foot off it all day. Brittany Lucane back in now for NAU. She'll replace Leyva. So Coggins, Banks, Lucane, Anderson, and Frost, the 5 on the floor right now for Sue Darling. Mishandled pass, and is collected by Brock, and Portland State comes away with a turnover from NAU. Well, that's going to be the key, is not losing that focus, not losing this lead. It's easy to get complacent when you have this large of an advantage. But as we mentioned in the first half, Kara, this is something that Northern Arizona really hasn't been in position for, a large lead at home.
No, and it's interesting to see Sue Darling is still keeping in a lot of her starters, especially Renee Coggins and Brittany Lucane. They're not backing down, Jordan. They're not looking down their bench to come into this ball game.
Delaney Perry was fouled. The personal foul goes against Northern Arizona's Renee Coggins. Now Bradley Cotton coming in for the Lumberjacks. She'll replace Erica Banks. Cotton, the 6-foot true freshman out of Denver, Colorado. And Perry right now has 8 points to tie her for the Portland State lead. So Delaney Perry, the 5'6" true freshman who has only been averaging 4 points per game, has come in and doubled her season average. There's Raven Anderson off the feed from Renee Coggins.
Portland State tried to bring a little bit of pressure, pressuring the ball on that inbound pass, but NAU executed perfectly on the offensive side.
Powell drives baseline, and before she puts up the shot, we're going to have a hand check foul going against Northern Arizona. They're going to say it was on the shot, so L'Ariel Powell will go to the free throw line here for 2 free throws. Let's go back down to Heather Hodgson on the baseline. Heather?
You know, Jordan, you guys were talking about the defense. NAU's really stepped it up. What's interesting, if you look at the conference basketball stats going into this game, NAU's #1 in field goal percentage, but dead last in scoring defense. So definitely a deficit there that they've been making up in this game in their defense. The other thing I wonder about, and I get your guys' opinion on this, it seems almost like this team needs that kind of urgency of coming from behind to really light their fire. And when you look at the season, they're kind of in the point of the season where they have that sense of urgency. I wonder if this will continue through the rest of the conference play.
That's a valid point, Heather. You know, this team really has kind of been at their best when their back is against the wall, or when they are considered the underdog, be that in a second half where they're down by 20 or whatever. And now with still time to work your way into the top 6 and get a Big Sky Conference postseason tournament bid, there still is time, but not a whole lot of time to play around with, Kara. I think that was a great point brought up by Heather right there, that maybe now as a group, collectively, their backs are against the wall, and this is time to buck up for the Lumberjacks.
Well, 7 games left in the regular conference, so NAU does have a chance to turn things around, but those 7 games are going to have to be 7 wins.
Well, and the other thing that will play into NAU's advantage with where they sit at in the standings, and especially if this outcome holds up the way it has right now, the Lumberjacks will be beating teams that are ahead of them. So not only will you get the advantage of picking up the win, but you'll be giving those teams who are right ahead of you, in some cases only a game or 2 ahead of you, giving them losses in the process. A 29-point lead for the Lumberjacks as Coggins tried to go backdoor, but Lusane's pass just a little too far ahead. Lumberjacks cruising 55-26, 15:39 to go. You're watching the Northern Arizona Healthcare Lumberjack Network.
Twin Arrows Navajo Casino Resort, voted Arizona's best casino resort destination 2013. Experience over $500,000 in jackpots every month. Sports bar excitement to steakhouse elegance. Luxurious rooms. Anything but ordinary. Your excitement begins right now. Twin Arrows, 15 minutes east of Flagstaff on I-40. Always a winning experience.
Ready to follow your dreams? Let Northern Arizona University chart your course with local classes at more than 30 campuses statewide.
My NAU is in the Valley.
My NAU is in Mojave County.
Convenient, affordable, with accredited degree programs.
My NAU is in Tucson.
My NAU is on the reservation.
The extended campuses of Northern Arizona University, statewide, online, and in Flagstaff.
For 25 years, the Big Sky Conference has been showcasing women's athletics. 25 years of authenticity, hard work, community, and 25 years of playing to win.
For the first time since 2007, is going.
But remembering that our vision is bigger than winning. We're the Big Sky, the heart of Division I, the heart of the American West.
Sherry Morrell, head coach of Portland State, drawing it up on the whiteboard, but it's easier to draw it up on the whiteboard than actually execute it out on the floor, and that's the problem her Viking team is running across here right now, trailing 55-26 with 15:39 to go in the second half.
Well, Jordan, Portland State has used 10 players in this ballgame, but only 4 of them have put points on the board, so their offense is just really struggling against this NAU defense. But also, sometimes it almost seems in this game that the ball is bigger than the rim. They haven't taken bad shots, they just can't get the shots to fall.
Yeah, exactly. It just hasn't been their type of day shooting from the field. Going back to your point, though, with only 4 players scoring, one of those players, Keaton McFadden, only has 2 points. So really, the majority of the scoring right now for the Vikings is coming from 3 players, including Allie Brock right there, who now leads the Vikings with 10 points on the afternoon. Leading all scores is Amanda Frost. She'll put up another 3, back iron. And the way it's been going for NAU, I was expecting that ball, Kara, after that tall bounce to go in off the bounce. It's just been one of those type of games.
I wouldn't have been surprised if it went in, but and then just the same thing for Portland State. They just can't get anything to go their way. The ball bounces off a foot and goes out of bounds, and NAU has a second chance.
Lucene misses, but on the attempt to get the rebound, it goes off of Perry of PSU, so it will be Northern Arizona's ball with a fresh shot clock. You know, Amanda Frost with 18 points here this afternoon. She now has 480 points this season. That is good for 5th all-time on NAU's single-season scoring list. 12 more points, which could be done. A few more threes from Frost will put her into sole possession of 4th place. And also, she's 5th in the NAU record book in 3-point field goals made this season. She now has 54 on the season. So, continuing to climb her way up the NAU record books is the only senior on this team, Amanda Frost. 6 seconds on the shot clock, and as the pass goes to Banks, Brock comes away with the steal. Lucene cuts her off, and we're going to have a foul going against Brittany Lucene. But credit Lucene, because she's given up quite a bit of size there. She stood right in and cut off any sort of angle or alley for Allie Brock to get an easy layup. There's Delana Perry, who has really been impressive. You know, we've talked all season long about the true freshman on this NAU Lumberjack team, but Perry, a true freshman in her own right for PSU, she has had her moments today as well. Kate Lands gets the turnaround, and for Lands, those are her first points of the afternoon, which comes as a bit of a surprise considering Lands on the season is averaging close to 12 points per game. She's also the 6th leading assists in the Big Sky Conference, but today she has 0. So a very down offensive game for Kate Lands. Renee Coggins, a deep 3, gets it to go.
That was a great screen by Amanda Frost to give Coggins a little bit of space to get that 3 off.
Right back the other way, it's McFadden.
Well, we talk about Amanda Frost and the records that she's going to break, but I tell you what, Jordan, there's no record that she would want more than just to make the Big Sky Conference tournament.
Lumberjacks up. They're leading 58-32. You're watching the Northern Arizona Healthcare Lumberjack Network.
Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be? I want to be a nurse, police officer, teacher, a magician. Ta-da!
We answer the question our whole life.
I'm going into hotel management.
Law enforcement.
A principal.
Through education, you can reach your goals.
I'm a parks director,
Nurse practitioner.
Detective.
I own my own business.
When you decide, you can create your future.
I'm ready for my next step.
The extended campuses of Northern Arizona University. Your future made here.
NAU.
Be True Blue NAU!
Be True Blue, NAU.
Now that's True Blue NAU.
You're watching the Emmy Award-winning NAU TV.
Sue Darling during the timeout giving instructions to her Lumberjack team. Even though they're leading by 26, you can believe that Sue Darling is not going to let her team take their foot off this gas pedal, because for many times this season, Kara Hammer, the Lumberjacks have done that to teams in the second half when they have kind of sleepwalked through the second half, made valiant comebacks. Frost can't connect on the three, but Lusain picks up the rebound. Lusain gets the screen from Anderson, drives right side, and a fantastic job of using the glass and getting the bucket over the much taller Keaton McFadden. Lusain now in double-digit scoring, 10 points. We're going to have an offensive foul going against PSU. On the replay, it's Allie Brock who was called for the charge, and a nice job by the Lumberjacks staying in there and holding their ground. Taylor Leyva, there you see her checking back into the game for the Lumberjacks. Banks, right side, cut off by Brock, but it didn't matter. Erica Banks using the shoulder to create a little bit of separation between her and the defender. And another 2 points for Erica. She's now in double-digit scoring. 4 NAU Lumberjacks now in double digits as Raven Anderson comes away with the steal, up to Amanda Frost. And a bit of a hard foul there as Amanda Frost goes right into the basket support underneath the NAU bucket. That could have been a little dangerous, but luckily Amanda seems to be okay. L'Ariel Powell was the one who picked up that foul. And that just shows you the speed of Frost, because when that play was developing, Powell was in front of Amanda Frost, but using her quickness, using her speed, the senior out of Riverside, California, was able to get past Powell and force the foul.
She is a player that just changes the tempo of the game, especially in transition. She makes people struggle to get back.
20 points now for Amanda Frost, averaging 22, the leading scorer in the Big Sky Conference. She's now just 10 points from 4th place on the NAU single-season scoring list. 12-10 to go. Lands, nice pass down low for Emily Esom, but Esom can't get it to go. She was too far underneath the bucket. Up to Frost, gets the bucket and the foul.
Great pass by Raven Anderson to see Amanda Frost on the breakaway. Gets the and one.
And when she comes up and under with that shot, she really has, she kind of puts some English on it, where she really has great ball control when she goes and uses that underhand layup shot. Lands with it up top. NAU still sticking in that man-to-man defense, which has been so successful so far today. Lands directing the offense. Lavard goes into Powell. Now to Lauren Holt, who has checked in. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Lands gets it down to Lauren Holt as the shot clock expires.
Great offense by Portland State to keep the ball moving. Even with the shot clock running down, they still got the bucket, but
I don't know if Coach Morrell for Portland State wants her team using the full 30-second shot clock, as Amanda Frost just steals it from Portland State and comes away with another 2 points. I mean, Portland State, if they're going to come back in this game, they have to work quickly. They can't allow themselves to milk the clock. Powell with the head fake, drives in the lane, up and under, splits the defense, and a little bit of a late whistle that's going to take us to a timeout. L'Oreal Powell will be shooting free throws when we come back from the timeout. Lumberjacks leading 69-34. You're watching the Northern Arizona Healthcare Lumberjack Network.
The Grand Canyon to our majestic mountains, this isn't just any place. It's our home. And for more than 75 years, families throughout Northern Arizona have come to trust the commitment of their neighbors to deliver world-class health care. A purpose that helps ensure you'll be here for your family. For heart, cancer, the unexpected, and so much more. Our purpose? You.
For 50 years, the Big Sky Conference has been showing the world who we are and how we play. 50 years of authenticity, hard work, community, and 50 years of playing to win. But remembering that our mission is bigger than winning. We're the Big Sky, the heart of Division I, the heart of the American West.
Back here in the Skydome, Jordan Bird alongside Kara Hammer and Heather Hodgson. Lumberjacks leading Portland State 69-34, and everyone has gotten in on the fantastic scoring, including 25 points from Amanda Frost. And she's doing it, Kara Hammer, on nearly 50% shooting from not only the field, but also from behind the three-point line as well. Before the timeout, L'Oreal Powell was fouled. So she'll go to the free throw line, connects on the first. The foul came against Bradley Cotton, who was in momentarily for the Lumberjacks. And Powell misses the second, but we're going to have a lane violation going against Northern Arizona's Bradley Cotton. So Powell will get a second chance at that second free throw attempt. And those are one of those violations where if you wanted to call it, you can almost call it every single time.
Yeah.
But it's almost one of those ones that you just kind of look the other way on it.
I don't think we've covered a game yet with a lane violation.
Well, now we have a personal foul going against, I believe, Amanda Frost, as Raven Anderson's going to check in for Bradley Cotton. At the line, it's Kate Lands. So I'm not... Little interesting officiating here, but nonetheless, Lands with the 1-and-1, as that is now the 7th team foul against the Lumberjacks. Lands connects on the first.
Before these last two calls, though, it was a pretty clean ball game. They were really letting the girls play, which is something we haven't always seen here in Flagstaff.
Yeah, now let's actually bring in the third member of our team, Heather Hodgson, on that. We've seen a lot of physical play this season in the Big Sky Conference. Seems like this officiating crew today is really letting them play.
Yeah, I agree, and it's kind of refreshing because you don't want it to turn into a game of horse, You want to see them play, be able to demonstrate their skills, do their maneuvers that they've practiced in every day when they're on the court and in the weight room. It's nice to have a little bit of breathing room this time around.
4 seconds on the shot clock for Frost. A beautiful pass to Anderson. She can't get it to go, but Raven will go to the free throw line to be shooting free throws. And and another aspect with the way that this game has flowed and the tempo of it, if it was a slow, grinded out, lot of free throws, lot of fouls, I wonder how the youngsters, the elementary school children here, would have kind of maybe bored out on a game like that. But this game has been high, it's been entertaining, it's been high-paced, it's been up-tempo, and it really has continued to keep the attention of almost 600 elementary school children in attendance today for Field Trip Day.
I wonder if we're going to have to start every game at noon now.
Well, some of them with popcorn buckets on their head and all. Rivard from just inside the three-point line. Can't get it to go, but she grabs her own rebound. Coming up on 10:10 to go here in the first half. Another shot from Rivard. Can't get that one to go, but it's tipped up by Emily Esom, and she keeps things alive for this Portland State team. Well, Portland State continues to eat a ton of clock. Esom's three gets it to go. Emily Esom with her first points of the afternoon, and that's another surprise. Emily Esom, averaging 12 points per game, gets on the score sheet for the first time.
We talked about Portland State running the clock, Jordan, but it does seem that they work better when they slow it down and set up a play, finally playing their style of basketball where before they were trying to play NAU's fast-paced.
Renee Coggins with the three shot. She now has 12 points to go along with 5 rebounds, and the true freshman out of Mesa's Mountain View High School starting to put up some close to career-type numbers. Lands grabs the offensive rebound for Portland State, and this is one of those times right now, the last few possessions, where your team is still well in control of this game, but a little bit of sloppy play on the defensive end. You're allowing the Vikings to get some easy offensive rebounds and second chance points. I know that's not going to please Sue Darling.
Especially when we've seen teams that just chip away, and next thing you know, look down and you're only up by 8 points, and it's back to a good ball game.
Foul on the play going against Portland State. Michaela Rivard called for the foul. So Amanda Frost will now go to the free throw line, where she already has 25 points. She had 18 at the first half. And with those 18 first half points, she moved herself into 5th all-time on NAU's single-season scoring list. And we're going to have a 30-second timeout here from Portland State. So they're going to talk things over here a little bit as the Lumberjacks have a 32-point lead. Their largest lead of this game has been 35. It has just been a stellar performance, and that was one of the things I was kind of interested to see from this NAU team. A 12 noon start time is highly unusual, and I didn't know if that was going to affect their body clocks or how they were really going to come out in this game. But ever since the opening tip, the afternoon start time has been no issue whatsoever for this Lumberjack team.
Well, the girls normally practice during the day, so maybe this is kind of when they're used to being here in the Sky Dome and on the court.
Amanda will have one more free throw attempt to come. And with 8:40, Lumberjacks leading 75-43. Well, after Monday night's loss at Cedar City to Southern Utah, as Kate Land starting to heat up a little bit now. She has 5 points. The Lumberjacks had a lot of time to think about that performance and basically the future of their season. The Big Sky Conference tournament is still within their shot, but they have to play some pretty stellar basketball down the stretch here. So far in their first game off that Southern Utah loss, the Lumberjacks have answered the call. Ball goes out of bounds. There'll be just 9 seconds on the shot clock now for the Lumberjacks. Frost blows past Lands, and she'll go to the free throw line with 7:57 remaining here in this second half. Lumberjacks, they are cruising 75-46. You're watching the Northern Arizona Healthcare Lumberjack Network.
Heart of downtown Flagstaff, it's Seasoned Kitchen. With a world-class selection of cutlery, top-of-the-line products for coffee and tea lovers, from espresso machines to loose-leaf teas. Seasoned Kitchen has hundreds of gift ideas, from baking supplies to Vitamix and classes in this state-of-the-art cooking kitchen. Learn more at seasonedkitchenaz.com or visit the store in downtown Flagstaff.
Let's personalize learning.
Make a program that listens.
To my needs.
It works at my pace.
It's fun, affordable,
Efficient.
That fits the way I learn.
that works with my interests.
And my life.
Let's have experience be respected.
I'm ready to lead. Let's create an accredited online degree
Made for me.
My goals that lead to the future I wish for.
That's personalized learning from Northern Arizona University. Your future made here.
The NAU dance team, and they've had a lot to dance about, and a pretty receptive crowd of dancers in the stands here at the Walk-Up Sky Dome, as it's field trip day, where there's a couple of elementary schools here in Flagstaff Unified School District have bussed over to the Sky Dome, and also a Monosopa Day School from the Navajo Reservation also in attendance. So it's been a lively crowd of almost 600 elementary school-age children, and they have been witness to a pretty good performance. The Lumberjacks leading 77-46, with just 7:50 to go here in this final second half.
Well, I've seen a lot of beards, but I don't think I've seen a beard be worn that way until today.
Brock in the lane, can't get it to go, and it's tracked down by Raven Anderson. I know we said it in the first half, but I really do feel that 600 screaming kids who were just a bundle of energy for most part of this game really contributed and really helped, I think, in kind of give this NAU team some energy out on the court.
Well, Sue Darling said it herself at the halftime with Heather. She mentioned that sixth man really is what got the momentum going in the start of this game.
Lumberjacks will be back in action this Saturday. Their normal start time of 6:30 will be facing Eastern Washington. They have a lot to build upon after this game, and there's still 6.5+ minutes to go here. But the Lumberjacks have just been phenomenal from beginning to end. I know the one thing that could concern Sue Darling a little bit is that Portland State has kind of chipped away a little bit here in the last few moments of this second half, but still nothing I don't think that would really put a damper on this overall performance right now.
Chipping away, but Portland State using a lot of clock to get any sort of shot off.
Preston just inside the 3 line as the shot clock expires, can't get that to go. And L'Ariel Powell pushes it up. Powell, one of 2 players for Portland State with 10 points. That leads the Vikings. Allie Brock the other. Kate Lands can't get that to go, and Amanda Frost looking to push. Going right up past Lands, but Lands, a nice job of recovery defense, gets the block. And you have Renee Coggins slow to get up off the floor. She's kind of feeling, it looks like her right leg out, as she now will go to the bench. She'll be replaced by Taylor Leyva. Doesn't seem to be anything too serious. Lumberjack fans want to remind you, you can enjoy all that Twin Arrows Navajo Casino Resort has to offer, featuring 6 restaurants, luxurious hotel accommodations, and it's just 15 minutes east of Flagstaff. See you at Twin Arrows. Going to have a foul going against L'Ariel Powell. That's going to be her 3rd personal foul. 9th team foul against PSU. So Caitlin Preston will now go to the free throw line, shooting a 1-and-1. Preston has only attempted 10 free throws this entire season. Check that, 14. She did go 1 of 2 earlier today. Now 2 of 3. Gets them both. Well, I think all in all, Kara, a lot of the things that Sue wanted this team to work on over the last few games has been better. The shooting has been better. Free throw shooting has been better. And the biggest one is the defense. It has really been there from beginning to end, as Amanda Frost almost comes away with another steal there for NAU.
Well, like she said, she knows she has offense and she knows she has defense. It was just getting them to work together, and I think this is one of the first games that we have seen them use both offense and defense for 40 minutes of basketball.
Yeah, and it's also going to be very interesting to see how the Lumberjacks respond off of this game, because I would imagine this has to be a confidence booster where you can say, hey, we can play with really anyone in the Big Sky Conference as Preston comes away with another steal. Right back the other way, though, it's Perry. Pops in the lane, can't get it to go, tipped around, and it's going to go into the hands of Brittany Lucene.
I like to see how much these girls are still hustling, even with the lead that they have. They're still fighting for every loose ball.
4:50 to go. Lumberjacks leading by 33 in the lane. Caitlin Preston off the feed from Amanda Frost. This team is a completely different looking team than the last time we saw them here in Flagstaff against Sacramento State last Saturday. And even players like Caitlin Preston, she looks like she has confidence. That wasn't necessarily the same in that Sac State game where the Lumberjacks seemed to really kind of be trudging through some mud to just get anything going. Here, everything has come so pretty easily here in this game today.
A lot to look forward with this Lumberjack program. Maybe it kind of just took this point in the season for these young freshmen to kind of learn to work together.
Well, you take a look at what's coming up for the Lumberjacks, and as I mentioned a few moments ago, the Lumberjacks will be back in action this Saturday, taking on the Eastern Washington Eagles here in the Walkup Skydome. Then they head out on the road for one of the more squirrelier road trips in the Big Sky Conference. You go up to Greeley, Colorado, Northern Colorado. They'll be there Saturday, but not before they're in Grand Forks, North Dakota. And then they'll come back for a homestand against Idaho State and Weber State. So right now, you take a look at the standings, Kara. You've got games coming up against Northern Colorado, North Dakota, Eastern Washington, Idaho State. All those teams are right above Northern Arizona and within striking distance of them trying to get into the top 6 and earn a bid to the Big Sky Conference postseason tournament.
It's going to be really important to pull out some wins, but especially looking at getting a win over Weber State. It's a team that we beat earlier, and sometimes when it comes down to the conference standings, it's the sweeps that put teams ahead of the other teams.
Absolutely, and it certainly looks like the Lumberjacks are on their way to sweeping Portland State this season. It's going to be Portland State, or it's going to be Northern Arizona's possession after we get out of this timeout. But let's go back down to Heather Hodgson, because Heather, I know Kara and I have been talking about all game how impressed we've been with this performance, and really one of the better performances of the season we've seen from this Lumberjack team. I don't know, do you agree, disagree on that fact?
Absolutely. Something happened and they are able to bring everything together this game. We've seen so many games where it was a tale of two halves and they did great one half but not the other, or came back and almost win it but didn't quite. They've just been on. Everybody working together, some people from the bench stepping up. I think they're feeling the pressure of the season, and they've all stepped up and somehow managed to put the pieces of the puzzle together.
Caitlin Preston throwing the ball away. I'm not sure if she thought Raven Anderson was going to cut, but literally just...
They're going to say Portland State got a piece of it, though, so it's going to remain NAU's possession. But there's only going to be 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Lumberjacks. In the lineup right now for the Lumberjacks, it's by Sarah Peshkova, the 5'11 sophomore transfer. She originally hails from Bulgaria, as Caitlin Preston with a LeBron James-type fadeaway jumper on the baseline gets that to go. But Peshkova, originally from Bulgaria, played last year at Central Arizona Community College down there in Coolidge, right around Casa Grande area. And this is only her 9th game of the season for Sue Darling, and in those games she's averaging about 5-6 minutes per game. So you see Sue Darling now starting to really empty out that bench, which now that Peshkova has entered the lineup, everyone who is dressed for Northern Arizona has seen action this afternoon.
You got to love that.
Absolutely. I'm sure she loves that. The fact that she can give some of these bench role players some quality in-game minutes. I'm sure she would take that every game if she could have the opportunity. Lucene at the free throw line, and Lucene rattles off the first. Ivana Lee coming back into the game for Sue Darling's Lumberjacks. Lucene with 10 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. She's also had a steal. Coming in now for Portland State as Sherry Morrell starting to empty her bench up a little bit. That's Kara Olden, the 6'1" senior center.
Olden is actually a 4-year Portland State volleyball player who, once the volleyball season ended, decided to come over and get some playing time on the court.
Yeah, why not? Olden with it up top now. McFadden down low to Kate Lands. And I'm sure Portland State's asking themselves, where was that earlier in this game?
Well, don't forget, NAU men are on the road against Portland State, and we will be back here on Saturday night as NAU hosts Eastern Washington. That game tips at 6:30 p.m. You can watch it on NAU TV and Fox Sports Arizona.
Yeah, Eastern Washington, depending upon what they do tonight at Sacramento State, they're right now 7-5 in conference play. Northern Arizona, with this win, is going to improve to 4-9. So, as we've said, these teams that are coming up on NAU's schedule are right above them. You win, you give them a loss in the process. Anything can happen down this stretch for the Lumberjacks to get into the top 6 and the conference tournament.
Eastham trying to drive, but Raven Anderson makes the contacts, puts her at the charity stripe. She's the girl shooting 80% from the charity line.
That is correct. Connects on the first as Priscilla Brooks comes back in for the Lumberjacks. Eastham now with 9 points. Make that 10, still below her season average of 12 points. And we're going to have an inbound violation, I believe, going against Northern Arizona. Well, that's a bit unusual as well. I think they're going to say that the inbound passer had stepped over the baseline. Delaney Perry with a reverse layup, can't get it to go, but the rebound comes right back out to her, and she pops now with 10 points. 3 players leading Portland State in scoring, all with 10 points. Allie Brock, Delaney Perry, and L'Ariel Powell. Peshkova sends it up top to Preston, sends it right back over to Peshkova. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Ivana Lee wanted the screen. She's being double teamed as she goes around the horn, and it goes off the fingertips by Sarah Peshkova. Well, when Peshkova was a member of that Central Arizona team last year, they played in the JUCO Final Four. So it was a very strong program that Central Arizona had down there last season at least. And it earned Peshkova a trip up the hill and a spot on the NAU basketball team. Well, with Amanda Frost, Erica Banks, and Renee Coggins all on the bench right now, this is going to wreak havoc with their status as the most played players in the Big Sky Conference. They're losing out on some valuable minutes here as they're sitting on the bench.
I'm sure that the win is more important than their stat line
absolutely.
At this point, especially with Sue Darling. She has to be extremely pleased with today.
Renee Coggins second in the Big Sky Conference in minutes played per game. Amanda Frost first in the Big Sky Conference in minutes played per game. And we're going to have another foul here. This one going against Brittany Lucene. That's going to be the 3rd personal against Lucene. But that last foul against Caitlin Preston was her 5th, so Preston has fouled out. She finishes up with 8 points, a rebound, and assist. and just a little over 15 minutes of action. So a solid performance here by Caitlin Preston, who for the second straight game has earned a start from Sue Darling.
Well, as you said, they came back from Southern Utah and had one of the best practices that they've had. It'll be interesting to see what they do tomorrow in preparation for Saturday night's game.
Well, let's take a look at the Portland State schedule, because when it comes to terms of NAU qualifying for the postseason tournament, what Portland State does actually is in play, because they sit above Northern Arizona. They'll be on the road at Sacramento State, and then they will have a 2-game homestand next week, where they will face Southern Utah and Eastern Washington. They'll actually have 3 straight home games. North Dakota comes in the week after. 4 straight.
They go Southern Utah, Eastern Washington, North Dakota, and Northern Colorado. Will be interesting to see how Portland State and Sacramento State match up after the Vikings got the win over the Hornets back on January 16th, 83-80.
Yeah, after seeing Sacramento State last week, anyone who can beat the Hornets in the Big Sky Conference, tip of the cap to them, because that's a strange, weird, squirrely team to try to handle in the Sac State Hornets. Don't get me wrong, they're very talented. They're just hard to get a handle on. They're hard to beat. So anyone in the Big Sky who can do that, that's quite an accomplishment.
Well, they are some sharp shooters.
Yeah, absolutely. Coggins gets her pocket picked by Perry, and Perry goes to the rack as Coggins goes down. Seems to be okay, as we are now under a minute to go here. Portland State has chipped away to make this final score a little bit more presentable. It's now just a 23-point lead for the Lumberjacks, their largest lead of the game. They were with about 12 minutes in the second half. The Lumberjacks were up by as much as 35 points. Brooks kicks it back out to Coggins. 6 on the shot clock. Ivana Lee can't get that to go, and so the shot clock will turn off with 28 seconds to go. And Northern Arizona leading by 23 points. One of the most well-rounded performances we have seen from this Lumberjack team all season. And I'm sure it's something that head coach Sue Darling and her staff are going to want to build upon as they look towards Saturday and the Eastern Washington Eagles.
Well, this Lumberjack team hit the gas pedal and they never slowed down.
No, absolutely not. And like we've said a few times now, and I just got done saying with, this has been the best performance that I personally have seen from the Lumberjacks this season. The shooting in the first half was lights out. It's really what created that distance early, and then the defense was there as well. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap this up, including an interview with the head coach, Sue Darling. Lumberjacks win big, 84-61. You're watching the Northern Arizona Healthcare Lumberjack Network.
Twin Arrows Navajo Casino Resort, voted Arizona's best casino resort destination 2013. Experience over $500,000 in jackpots every month. Sports bar excitement to steakhouse elegance. Luxurious rooms. Anything but ordinary. Your excitement begins right now. Twin Arrows, 15 minutes east of Flagstaff on I-40. Always a winning experience.
Congratulations to Northern Arizona University for winning the 2012-13 Big Sky Conference President's Cup, presented by Red Lion Hotels. The President's Cup was created as a single award that accounts for the academic achievement of student athletes, as well as performance on the field of play. Schools are awarded points based on 5 criteria: team GPAs, APR scores, and all sports trophy points. We look forward to crowning another winner of the Big Sky President's Cup.
At Northern Arizona University,
it's possible to find your voice.
It's possible to explore.
It's possible to achieve.
It's possible to imagine.
It's possible to define our future.
It's possible to make a difference.
At Northern Arizona University, possibilities are a principle we believe in.
What's possible for you?
Northern Arizona University, the difference that matters.
Meet 2 of your neighbors. They shared a dream.
My dream is to become a mother. I want a family. My ability to have a child was severely impaired by my morbid obesity.
Lindsay enrolled in a comprehensive weight loss surgery program.
I got to my goal weight. My husband and I got the big news that we were going to have a baby. I am just ecstatic. Life couldn't get any better. I owe it all to this surgery.
Give us an hour and we'll show you how to change your life.
Welcome back inside the Skydome, everyone, as the Lumberjacks roll Portland State, winning 84-61. Let's now go down to Heather Hodgson, who is standing by with the head coach, Sue Darling.
Thanks, Jordan. Coach, phenomenal and much-needed win today. Give us some thoughts on the game.
You know, first and foremost, I want to thank our athletic department. They put a bunch of kids in the stands for us. They had great energy and great enthusiasm, and so we really appreciate they scrambled to do it, and they did a really nice job with it. The kids were awesome, and I think our kids fed off of it. And, you know, I think we played very good defense today. We finally held somebody in the 60s, and then we were able to shoot the ball pretty well as well.
Some great energy indeed, hopefully some future players out there in the crowd. Now, you talked about everything coming together today. You know, so often we've seen the tale of two halves, and you had one thing but not the other. Today, everything seemed to come together. Do you imagine this is the beginning of the conference-winning surge we're all hoping for?
You know, it's time, and these kids deserve it. They've been working their butts off, and we've been trying to improve our defense. And so, you know, it just comes actually one possession at a time. So it's definitely one game at a time, but definitely one possession at a time. And I'm very proud of their effort today.
Now, with today's performance, Amanda Frost moves herself into the 5th all-time scorer in NAU history and the 5th all-time scorer for three-pointers in a single season. Talk a little about your lone senior.
You know, it's going to get me teared up. I'm not going to be able to talk about it right now. No, you know, Amanda is our heart and soul and motor and all that kind of stuff. And so for as good as she is offensively and for as good as she is defensively, it's her heart that we love. And so this push is for her.
Well, we love to watch all of you as well. Thank you so much, Sue, and we'll see you back on Saturday.
Thanks, Heather.
All right, thanks a lot, Heather. Kara, I guess it's just another thing that Amanda Frost now leads the Big Sky Conference in, and that's heart. She already does it with points, minutes, everything else. She also does it with a 28-point performance this afternoon. Let's go back down to Heather Hodgson, who is standing by with our player of the game, Amanda Frost.
Thanks, Jordan. Amanda, amazing game out there. What sparked this turnaround since Monday's loss to Southern Utah?
I think that we were just hungry for a win, and the crowd behind us was, even though they were kids, it was great to just play in a gym full of high energy.
Certainly, and I know you love working with the kids. They do inspire us a lot. What does a win like this do for the attitude in practice?
It's good. We've all been like down on ourselves and just been waiting for this win, so finally we got it, so I know practice is going to pick up.
Now, I know one of your stated team goals is to win the conference. Do you feel a little taste of that with that win today?
I do. I know every game is anybody's game, so it's just who shows up that day.
Well, we look forward to seeing you show up on Saturday. Some more of what we saw today. Thanks, Amanda. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Heather, and our thanks to Amanda Frost. And congratulations are in order for Amanda Frost. Now 5th on NAU's all-time single-season scoring list, and also three-pointers made in a single season. She moves into 5th place on that as well. All right, Carol, let's take a look at the final stats. The Lumberjacks, just like they did in the first half, pretty much dominate every category on the stat sheet today.
Well, Sue Darling said it best when she said this final push is for Amanda Frost, and those three-pointers going 9 for 18. The majority of them coming from Amanda Frost herself, and taking a look at NAU and their record. They are now 4-1 when they hold a team within 60 points.
And that's one of the keys that Sue Darling has been harping on her team to try to achieve all Big Sky Conference season long, is keep those opponents in the 60-point range. Well, that's going to do it for us here from the Skydome. Lumberjacks will be back in action Saturday night, trying to keep this momentum going, Kara, as they take on the Eastern Washington Eagles. It'll be 6:30 live here from the Walk-Up Skydome on NAU TV and on Fox Sports Arizona. So for my partner Kara Hammer, for Heather Hodgson, and the rest of our great crew here in Flagstaff, I'm Jordan Bird. Lumberjacks roll big, 84-61 over Portland State. We say good afternoon from Northern Arizona.